Good morning, viewers. Welcome to Global Entertainment News Breakfast Show, your daily dose of news and updates. I am your host, Bella, and joining me in the studio today is.
Steven,
We'll be taking today's top story from Punch and the Vanguard newspaper. Today's top story from Punch. Epileptic electricity. Federal government to inject 1,900 megawatt solar power into grid. The federal government has revealed plans to construct modular solar power plants with a combined capacity of 1,900 megawatts for the 19 northern states as part of effort to boost renewable energy adoption and expand the national grid. It also disclosed that its target to generate and distribute about 8,000 megawatts of electricity before the end of President Bola Tinubu's first term in office in 2027. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, announced this during the sixth edition of 2025 Ministerial Press Briefing series held on Thursday in Abuja. Adelabu says each solar-powered station will produce approximately 100 megawatts of electricity, enabling states to become more energy dependent and reduce reliance on the national grid.
well, our Nigerian electricity company, let me just use that word for them because this act of trying to look for a way to convince us for us to believe the fact that there's going to be a change in electricity megawatts. Adding of 1,900 megawatts to solar power, it's a plus, but there is this word I picked from what Adelabu is coming out to say. You say that this is just to to
Boost it.
the boost, yeah, this is just to boost the 8,000 megawatts of electricity before the end of Bola Tinubu's
First
first
step.
term. Are they trying to tell us that
He's still going to remain
he's still
there.
going to remain there?
Yes.
Because see, we all know, see, it's 70% of Nigerians, I believe, with what we are actually facing in this country. 70% of Nigerians are not ready to even hear about that second term of this administration
Like
coming in again because
seriously.
you trying to give us that belief. Just tell us at his end of his own term, don't give us that first term ideology that we should have that idea that okay, oh, this man is coming back again. We don't want him again because what we are really facing in this country alone has said it all.
Yes.
Bringing him back again for another term is
Imagine praying that we should not be wiped out by terrorists and insecurity in Nigeria before the end of his first term. We
imagine.
all are praying about that, and then you're already saying that before the end of his first term. That means that they already have this hope of in Nigeria, where we actually distribute electricity to Ghana and Burkina Faso, and then we are still suffering for it. And now they are telling us that they wanted to put 1,900 megawatts into the electricity of, and it's about solar system, not actually that they wanted to do something about this electricity in Nigeria.
Imagine.
Katsina gun battle leaves policeman, 8 bandits dead. One police officer and 8 bandits have been confirmed dead after security force replied as an attack by suspected bandits in the Safana local government area of Katsina State. The incident occurred in the early hour of Wednesday when a large group of bandits attacked Zaka community in Safana. Residents of the area quickly called on security operatives for help. A security source speaking on condition of anonymity for lack of authorization to speak to the press says the several insecurity operatives include police, military and vigilantes were mobilized to the scene in response to the attack. The bandits were successfully repelled, with 8 of them killed and several others injured. That is it for the
Well,
update.
another incident about bandits again and killings in the north. I think it's high time our government really needs to look into this fact of the killings and bandits attack. Tomorrow is herdsmen, today is bandits, next tomorrow is bandits, tomorrow is herdsmen. We keep hearing about killings and killings in the north. We really need to focus on that northern part of the country. Let's see what's really going on there. Is it that they are trying to ravage something that we don't understand? Because these people coming out to use gun, every time they come outside to make this attack, they shoot out. So they waste bullets. Who is really giving them this ammunition to go out and attack? At the time they tell us that they sit at home and make their own ammunition themselves. Because
Yes.
this is something that has been given to them to. You see the kind of machine guns these people are using.
AK-47 that they are
Imagine.
using,
So
well armed.
it's not something that they can sit down and do in their house. It's not a local made gun. It's an imported gun. Where are they getting these guns from? Where are they getting these ammunition from? Definitely there's someone
Behind it.
behind it. Um, I saw a video whereby that man posted about a bandit that was arrested. He confessed that they were being sponsored by a particular honorable. Just imagine that kind of things. People are sponsoring these people. They should be able to give names. Let's know people that are really into this. Let's know people that are really into this and make investigation and know where it is.
Where
This
we
you need to
needed to,
stop.
where all this need to stop seriously, because people keep losing their life and all. We really, really hope our leaders should come into this. The north is already bleeding to like too much already. Well, moving on. Police seized 2084 tramadol sachet, arrest suspect in Castina. Castina State Police Command has recovered 2,084 sachets of suspected tramadol tablets worth 3.5 million naira from two suspected drug dealers, according to a statement by the Command Police Relation Officer DSP Abubakar Sadiq. On Thursday, the is in its bid to curb substance abuse and illicit drugs trafficking in the state. On March 20th, 2025, at about 16 hours, based on credible intelligence, the operative of the command traced and arrest one Murtala Salisu, male, age 27, of Bare Bari village, Safana, LGA, Katsina State, in possession of 2,084 sachets of suspected tramadol tablets.
What we don't really understand about these drugs, sales and trafficking, most of them are really coming in from the north because the northerners are keen to always want. They are one of the highest users of all these drugs. The northern part, they will take things that will make them work as if there is no tomorrow. They work today as if there is no tomorrow. So most of all these things, kudos to our security personnel that were able to trace that out. 2084, 3.5 million worth of tramadol drugs. Wow, this is very harmful to society, and we know about this. But people just came to putting money in the
Being
wrong part
into
of business.
those that take the drugs, I feel like they just wanted to escape the reality and then put themselves into hallucination that you are still going to come back and meet, no matter how many hours it takes you to realize that you have been hallucinating. And I feel like those substances are not, they are not good for the body, they are not good for the health at all. But people still, they're so ignorant to the point that they still wanted to take, they still wanted to go into it, and people are investing money to actually trade this thing, and it's really unfair. Well, moving on. Two brothers drowned in abandoned Nasarawa mining site. Two young siblings, including Umar Mohammed, 7, and Ibrahim Mohammed, 9, have drowned in an abandoned excavation site operating by Kenyan Mining Company Limited, a Chinese firm. The tragic incident occurred on Thursday at Udege Benki community in Nasarawa local government area of the state. The site, commonly referred to as a head dock, was filled with water due to recent heavy rainfall, creating a deadly trap for unsuspecting children. The chairman of Afro Youth Mobility, Dauda Kana, says in a statement on Thursday that the tragic occurred on Thursday when the boys followed their cousin who had gone to the site to wash clothes. This is a tragic incident.
Now this is very so sad for children age of 7 and 9. It's actually a tragic story, and it's just let's just put ourselves in that kind of shoes where even an adult self find it very difficult when it comes to drowning and everything. not children to be precise. I think this mining issue, this is not the first time we are hearing about mining accident. This one is something that really definitely is going to touch the parents
I
of the
feels like if there
um,
is going to be any abandonment of any mining sites or something like that, it need a very proper security conscious on this thing that people they have to build a very fence around it that people would not be able to go in there. But just abandoning it like that as if that it's nothing, where you know that this is just a trap of a danger awaiting people that walk into it. It's sad.
no, in our country, Nigeria, we always tend to want to invest more in a particular probably you want to open a company, you invest in your company, but we have the less mindset when it comes to security and welfare. That's one issue we are having. The money you invest in a particular business, there should be an estimation about welfare and security. How people are going to manage their security, first aid and everything. If all these things are being managed in that manner, I tell you, we'll have this 7 year and 9 year old children will not be in this casualty line.
Exactly. Well, our top story from Vanguard today. Gridlock. Three fear dead in multiple auto crash on Kara Bridge, Lagos Ibadan Expressway. The incident has caused a severe traffic gridlock in the area as desperate motorists resorted to driving against the flow of traffic one way. One of the deceased victims was seen lying lifeless on the road. An eyewitness, Mr. Akim Abdul, says the crash occurred around 9:30 a.m., 6:30 a.m. when the vehicle involved were traveling at high speed. At least three bodies has been removed from the debris, Abdul reported. As of 7 a.m., only first responders were on the scene, working to rescue victims and clear the wreckage. Emergency response teams were still being awaited at the time of reporting.
Well, so sad. Was so sad having, and when it comes to accident like this, it really touch. So having dead bodies around is not something the eyes want to be seeing often. This incident now has really, yeah, they say it's when something happen, people decide to be careful about it. They say example, when you show example about something, people know the danger about it. Just imagine the eyewitness have said that this particular people they were traveling on high speed. This is why I always tell drivers that when you are traveling on high speed, you are tend to lose control every time.
Yes.
If you are going on a particular speed limit, when you see a speed limit probably on the highway, try to maintain that speed limit. You might not even be the one that is running on that high speed. There will be somebody, probably a reckless driver moving on a high speed, and one person, you that you are the victim now, it will lead to another thing. You traveling on a low speed, you see someone going on a high speed, it's very easy for you to see what's coming, then you move against it. But if you are traveling the same high speed with that same person,
Before you
boom.
even wanted to hit the brake, everything has already collided. Well, let's move on. Insecurity, how bandits, killer herdsmen have impacted farming food supply. Residents of the 19 northern states of the country are predominantly farmers who produce crops such as yam, maize, millet, rice, potato, onion, pepper, and melon, among others on a large scale. This farm This farm produce is produced almost all year round because of the regeneration farming system practiced in the region. But the substance of this is now endangered by high-level bandits, insurgency, and herdsmen killing that currently face states in that part of the country where farming is the main occupation. For many years, the region has been mainly engaged in massive food production, sufficient for internal consumption within Nigeria and even for exports. And the foodstuff were readily available throughout the year at affordable price. Unfortunately, there have been a negative turnaround in the past few years due to insurgency in some states of the northeast, especially Borno, Adamawa, and Yobe.
Well, it's yeah, we should understand the fact that when you start attacking farmers, you attack communities where majorly their role there is to farm. This kind of incident are warrants to happen because you don't expect them to want to go back to their farms when they know that going to their farm is very dangerous. They go to their farm, you see herdsmen there feeding their cattle are feeding on the crops. When you try to retaliate, they go out with full force to kill people around. If you are a farmer and you are living in that kind of community, you should know that going to the farm is very risky. So
Exactly.
this will actually reduce the production system in the market, and most of our food in this country comes from the north. And if you keep attacking them in the north there, I think one day we just it will lead to shortage of food in the nation.
Not that one day, because I understand now that the reason why all those bandits and herdsmen always arise from this northern place is because of that. Most of the production we have when it comes to farm produce, we majorly get it from there. And then I feels like this thing is something that you need. I don't know how to explain, but I feels like those people have a target on actually putting Nigeria on a wreck.
But what I feel is that most of the people sponsoring this attack, I tell you, what they are aim to achieve is to put Nigeria in a state of food scarcity. That the country will start the country will have no other choice than to start importing. I tell you, see, most of all these politicians is where they invest their money. They want to see booming, and the best way for them to do it is to start creating one kind of scarcity in the nation that you don't have any other choice than to focus on their own business aspect for them to see their income. All these things are their ways of because why would someone just wake up one day and decide, okay, my main aim is just start killing people
The
without
northern
you are
part.
spending money to kill people, you are not seeing money in it. The best way for them is to what they believe they are doing is now is focus on the farmers. When you see that the farmers are not going to the market, it causes food scarcity. If I'm a politician and I invested more in imported food, we don't have any choice than instead of buying foods from Nigeria, consumable food, we move into buying
Important.
packed food and imported food. So it's very bad for us to think this way to make money.
Definitely, it's very bad. Well, moving on. Nigerian money supply rises 30% to 114.2 trillion naira. Nigerian money supply M2 increased by 3.16% month on month MOM to 114.2 trillion in March 2025 from 110.7 trillion in February 2025. According to Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) money and credit statistics data, the MOM increase in money supply followed positive change in its components. Quasi money includes saving deposits, time deposits, and other near money assets rose significantly. The data shows that quasi money grew by 3.8% MOM to 75.7 trillion in March from 72.9 trillion in February. Money supply.
Money supply has been also a major business in the country that makes people believe that if you check all these dollar exchange people, all these abokis, malams are moving into money, buy money and sell money. It's one of the business that actually moves the country. But well, kudos. Not much to say about it.
It's not even have to. I don't even think that this one is actually a good idea for Nigeria right now, because I feels like there's going to be a scarcity of money in Nigeria about this right now. Well, let's move on. WhatsApp to cut off millions of Nigerians using old phones. Millions of old telephone users in Nigeria and across the world may soon find themselves cut off from the WhatsApp platform. This is because the parent company of WhatsApp, Meta, has announced that from May 5th, 2025, the app would stop functioning on several outdated devices that can no longer meet the app latest security and performance standard. This move impacts both personal users and small businesses relying on WhatsApp Business. According to Meta, the update is part of its commitment to data security, app stability, and the evolving needs of modern operating systems. The tech giant says as technology advances, phasing out support for older hardware is necessary to maintain app functionality and security.
So, we should all know by now that when it comes to app upgrading, it's very, very important because there are so many scammers outside. They are ready to take advantage of it, so many tech wizards, so many tech hackers are outside. So this idea about WhatsApp upgrade to people using old versions.
Old phone.
If you are using old, not even about old phone. It's not even about old phone. If you are using an old phone and your old phone can be upgraded to a particular can be
Level.
updated to a particular level, you can download the new version of WhatsApp. But what the Meta company are trying to make people understand now is that if you are using an old updated WhatsApp now I think it should be around 17.5. That's where the upgrade has landed to. And some way you see how some people still using the old form of WhatsApp, and that's 10 point something. So they are trying to make us understand that if you are not ready to upgrade your WhatsApp or change the kind of phone you are using to upgrade your WhatsApp, definitely the WhatsApp is not going to be available
To be
on that
activated.
platform because most people most people have when in this tech system, as a new version of app is coming out today, there are some people also trying to know the intent about that new app to be able to scam through the app. So trying to upgrade apps every time is very, very good for,
Necessary.
yeah, very, very necessary to avoid people hacking into a particular. That's why you hear that today they've hacked my this, they hacked my that. It's because that kind of people they are still using the old form of
Version.
version. So we need to in this technology world now learn how to upgrade. That's why anytime I see the opportunity of upgrading, I sometimes I go to my Apple store, I check anything I need to upgrade there, I upgrade because if you are outdated, it's very easy for people to chip into your user code and get so many information without you knowing. So I think it's a good one from Meta company.
Exactly. Well, thank you for joining us today. I have been your host, Bella. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, have a blessed and lovely day. Bye.